Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about the third episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Let's jump into it. So this episode takes off from where we left from last time, with Sam and Bucky finding out that the super soldier serum is back and they're using it again. Someone is out there replicating the super soldier serum, and they have no leads, they have no idea where it's coming from, and they need to know where it's coming from. But there's only one person who actually knows more about the super soldier serum and what Hydra did with it than anybody else: Baron Zemo. So, what do you do when you have no leads and only one person that can fix it? Of course, you break the most dangerous man in the world out of prison, because you need to. That's what happens. Well, they don't really break him out of prison. They kind of just manipulate the system in the prison, and he just kind of walks out. Because you gotta remember, Baron Zemo is a very smart man. Incredibly smart. So he uses the chaos to get out of the prison, and he does. And he gets out of there without breaking a sweat. It's actually really impressive. Zemo, Sam, and Bucky, they team up together to go and find the super soldier serum, and they need to find out where it's coming from and who's manufacturing the super soldier serum. And it's also here you also find out that Zemo is incredibly rich. And I'm not saying like he's, he's got a little bit of money. He's Bruce Wayne rich. He's a baron. And I had no idea. Also in this episode you see Zemo, not suit up in a way. Well, you do see him. You see him suit up, and it is badass when you see him suit up. You see him don like his big trench coat, you see him don like his purple mask as well, and you keep on forgetting to yourself that he is, not only is he like a master tactician, he's also special forces. Like he can hold his own in a fight, and you see that in the episode. You see him hold his own. He's a badass. Like so far, Zemo is a really good character. He's conniving and he's slimy, but it's a good kind of way. It's almost like the Hannibal Lecter sort of vibe if he wasn't a cannibal. You can tell that he's always the smartest person in the room. Everything to him is like a game of chess. He's always a couple steps ahead. So he knows exactly what move to make, when to make it. He knows exactly what to say and how to manipulate the situation to make it go his way. So going back, they end up in a place called Mantrapore, which is, the best way I can kind of explain it is Marvel's Mos Eisley. It is a safe haven for criminals, basically. It's a safe haven for criminals, so it's Marvel's Mos Eisley. And yeah, it's pretty much the only way I can really explain it. There, they meet these people, and they're after someone called the Power Broker, who is pretty much in charge of this entire haven of criminals. Here, you also see Sharon Carter, and she is a badass as well, and you see her kick ass, and you find out why where she's been, why she's been here. And you find out that she is still a enemy of the state because she helped Sam and Steve in Civil War for giving Sam his wings and Cap his shield. Because we overlook it when we watch these movies, but she did steal from the government. She gave them back confiscated government equipment and gave them back to criminals. So we see the ramifications of helping criminals, basically, and how they affected their lives and all this kind of stuff. So it's not just a story of going after super soldiers, it's a story of what happened to these characters that we've seen in these movies before, and the ramifications of what happened, of helping certain characters. Sam points out that the last time, because Bucky keeps on saying that he's going to steal the shield back, and that they do it themselves, but Sam keeps on pointing out that the last time that they did that, Sharon was made enemy of the state, and him and Steve are on the run for 2 years. It's just because you are a superhero doesn't mean that you are above, in this universe, you're above the law. You also see a little bit more of the flag smashers, and the flags, but you actually kind of understand where they're coming from, and you don't know if they're bad guys or not, because what they do, what they're doing is not inherently bad, but they're going about it in the only way people will rally with them, and that's with violence, kind of. And they're getting supplies for people, all the people that were not taken during the blip, the people that came back, the people that weren't vanished. So they're trying to restore their balance. They're trying to get their way of life back from what happened when the blip happened. So this episode was just kind of like showing ramifications and like consequences and like, you know, how the world is, you know, reacting and trying to evolve, and how these people are trying to get things back to the way it was. And then, you know, you throw a little bit of superhero stuff in there, and then you got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And pretty much the last thing that I kind of want to talk about is, of course, New Cap. He's still I wrote down another word for what he is in this, and I don't think I can say it on YouTube, otherwise we get demonetized, so he's still he's a bully. Pretty much the only way I can really explain it is that he's coming across as more arrogant, and he's coming across as more like he's letting the title of Captain America kind of get to him a little bit, and you kind of expect that because he's not Steve. You can't be a bully when you're the Cap. Like, when you are the literal face of a country, you can't be a dick, and you can't go around like just flaunting the shield and saying just, do you know who I am, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, the best way I can really describe him so far is that he's turning into a bit of a bully. That's pretty much the breakdown of this last episode. It was a really entertaining episode. It was really cool. I liked the new areas that we see, and exploring the world, and like exploring the ramifications and the consequences of what happens to these characters, you know, who they help and all this kind of stuff. Like, the choices that they make have ramifications. I really enjoyed Zemo. I thought that he was so cool. Sharon Carter kicks absolute ass. She is badass as well. Bucky and Sam, their relationship just keeps growing. Their banter keep going back and forth. It's awesome. And I'm excited to see what happens in the next episode. It's good to actually look forward to like Friday nights. Like, new content coming out on Friday nights. God, it's so awesome again. Well, that's pretty much it for this breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more breakdowns, please like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to check out our podcast. Be sure to check out all of our other shows on the channel. And as always, guys, keep it real and stay sexy. Take it easy.